Hello. Today I'm going to read 4 poems from my newest book, GLYPHS. The first poem is Getting Ready. Watch for the tint of rain-weathered skies, blue-gray clouds. Doubtless they'll watch for you. Make yourself ready for the rush when both will meet, and hand your observation to you in wanton sheets of wet. Dig your toes into the damp earth, wait to be kissed by gray weather, wind that whistles, whips your hair, forbids you to rest or sing or count your coins. Tired. Same questions, their answers worn and dragged underfoot. Rain voice says, straighten up. And you will. You do as it says. You know that rain, with its discomforts and untimely absurdities and such, is all that's left that will not lie. This next poem I wrote for a friend of mine. Her name's Elizabeth, and she lives very far away, and she's an old friend. Well, she's not old, but the friendship is old. And the poem is called Everything. I found a letter I had begun to write to you, dear girl, and never finished. It was written before there was email and endless writing spaces. I wrote to you while in a staff meeting at the college where I worked. In it, I said everything. Told you about a man's wrinkled collar right in front of me, another man's worn coat cuff, a woman 2 rows down holding up a stiff back and attentive posture, how I knew her, and that she was bleeding inside from a carved-up heart. I told you about my tight shoes and my failed diet, and about fear pulling the blankets off the night before, leaving me too open and too cold. I wrote about our dry yard, my children's school, my wish to run away. I said I missed you, wished I could come there and live near you. All this was written on wheat-colored paper, folded into a small square and hidden in the toe of a wheat-colored sock. I never mailed it. I don't know why. Now, I want you to have it. I want you to have this letter to remember that once we wrote everything to each other. We wrote until all our paper was gone, and we wrote on napkins, receipts, and cigarette papers, and on purloined memo pads, on the back of old photographs. We wrote until we had to use blood or spit for ink. Yes, here at last is your letter. It is arriving late, very late in our lives, and it's still everything. This next poem, it has a long title. It's called Watching a Lone Priest on Live Camera at Empty St. Raphael of Brooklyn Orthodox Church during the coronavirus quarantine. A candle's purpose is to destroy itself with light. Same with incense. The two simmer and smoke, and only one person is there to be blessed. The rite he follows loves itself, embraces its own meaning, continues to make sacred even the emptiest of spaces. The silence is broken by the rustle of the priest's robes, by the soft setting down of accoutrements. The priest has left his body in the room just off the altar. He is only a smoldering spirit as he finishes. The warm, pungent smoke moves between the petal of the altar roses. Tomorrow, they whisper. This next poem is called Pottage. What is there to know about how things happen? They just do. In the middle of brewing coffee or stirring pottage, something happens. Whatever that thing is, it will likely call for forgiveness, which we must pull down from the places where our memories live. Once we have it, we go back to the coffee or the pottage. When asked, what is it we need to forgive, our memories eternally say, everything.